When you think minute work, you probably think of some flamboyant 1970s band singing with hands in the air, certain letters, right? But no, those men weren't actually at work. They were in costumes. We're talking about minute work today. Think about gruff. I'm sitting on the side of a building on a I-beam, 30,000 feet in the air. Not 30,000 feet, 300 feet in the air. And I'm eating my lunch that Susie packed for me. And then I might fall off this I-beam. That's really depressing, right? But good news is, while that is kind of the theme of this game, is that you can fall off of I-beams really high in the air. I guess we never talk about what happens to those meeples at the bottom. The insurance is good. The idea is you're doing a dexterity game all about stacking and building skyscrapers. It's a adorable looking game. Let's find out, is it fun? Is it something you want to invest in? What is minute work? Isn't that her band? Like, minute work drives me crazy. That's fine on Cannibals. Minute work. Girls in Cars. Somebody help me with that. Minute work. I don't know why that's drawing a blank right now, but let me know in the comments below. Minute work. Minute work. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't think of it. I think that's the song by the band. Let me know. I'm just killing me. There's Rita. We know that because she shows up later. Actually, I don't know if that's her or not. But the boss is Rita. This is minute work. Not this. This is, well, I am a man reviewing the game, but you know what I mean. This is all the stuff. Now, first of all, didn't talk about this in the final thoughts, and I've already shot it, so I'm going to mention it here. Oh my gosh, these are adorable. Look at these guys. They're awesome. They have hard hats. The hard hats are rubberized, and they have overalls. Check those dudes out. Anyway, these are your pieces. You've got overall laden men at work. You've got beams of wood. You got bricks. And you got these girders and supports. But what's going to happen, essentially, is, forget the rules right now. We're just going to talk basic setup. You're going to set this up. One person is going to set this up, and you're going to get one of each of the colors out here, and you're going to make... I don't know if it's one of each at the moment. I feel like that's not the most important thing. If you ding me for that, you're like, well, Bryan, actually, it's not one of each color. It's irrelevant. The point is, you're going to stack these things, and it's going to tell you what to put out here. That's our beginning. Now, I'm not going to show you 3D, but look, I can get my entire finger under here, so there's a good bit of space. Now, you could have done this where this was vertical if you wanted to. It's much more difficult that way. You have a little hook here, pretty awesome, in which you can scoop things out of there. You have a crane here. This is made if you want to play the mechanic where you put the crane in the middle. You can use the crane to balance stuff on, which is pretty great. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to draw a card each time. Now, this shows you the colors and the type of thing. So, a hard hat of these two colors, sorry, orange or black, you must place a worker on an orange or black space with a beam, is what it says. So you have to take this person, put it on the highest space. Oh, sorry, I made that part up. You have to put it on a beam, to put it on an orange or black girder, holding a beam. So ideally, he's already standing on the orange, so we're gonna add this to it. And some things will add more supports to build this up. So this is really hard. I'm gonna show you why. He did it. Those are actually pretty slippery. They have notches, but they're really hard to get in there. Anyway, you're going to keep doing this until eventually the Rita card is going to be shown, and then you're going to start evaluating things for points. One of the ways to win is by gaining the amount of Worker of the Month rewards, which you get from Rita. The second is the safest player, which means you're the only one with any safety certificates. You get 3 lives, essentially. And the third possibility, the whole thing stops because you built everything. Rita is going to check. I'm trying to find that. I want to make sure I get this dead on. At the end of each player's turn, if a material or worker he placed on the turn occupies the highest position, they get the Worker of the Month. So that's one of the ways to win. But ideally, you're just going to keep building this up, and have fun. Stuff will fall. If it falls, you'll lose a life, essentially. One of those license things. You scoop everything out of there, and you keep rolling. That's minute work. It's adorable. So that's minute work. It is, I'm going to just say, it's a blast. I love this game. This is such a fun, cool little experience because you're building up, you're doing your best with what you can. I will say, though, this is a really difficult game, and maybe, here's why. I think I'm going to take a matte varnish, no joke, a matte varnish or some hairspray or something, and I'm going to spray all my pieces because they're so dang slippery. Like, they just don't want to, like, even the slightest angle is like, nope, you're slipping off of here. So yeah, I know that's part of it, but I would like to play to where most of the falling comes in the place of knocking stuff off, etc. But all in all, it's adorable to look at. When you walk past this on the table, you stop and look. It's got great table presence. It's such a blast to look at. Mechanically, though, I like when a dexterity game does something that's meaningful with the mechanics. It's not just, hey, stack this. It's stack this, move this, do this. I like that. Meeple Circus does it with the idea of a timer. This does it with how you have to position things based on what cards you get and where you have to stack them. And the pieces are so much bigger in this in certain ways. So, Men at Work is a blast. I like how it changes and you get points based on certain things. I like that you can, the employee of the month and all that sort of stuff at the end. All in all, this is a very fun dexterity game. Kids will like it as well as families, as well as just any game group, because it's a tense blast of getting your pieces where they need to go. So Men at Work is a win for me. If you're into dexterity games, or even if you're not into dexterity games, this is a fun one to break the cycle of what you're normally used to playing. So I'm a big fan of Men at Work. You should check it out. I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, etc. and Dice Tower Bryan. Until next time. Actually, it's not really etc. It's just Twitter and Instagram at this point. I'm too lazy. I'm not doing a Snapchat. I'm not doing any of that other stuff, okay? I know one day it'll come. It's a metaverse or whatever Mark Zuckerberg's talking about. I get it, but look, Twitter and Instagram, the majority of us are somewhere in the 30s-ish. We kind of have that. I don't feel like eating any more. If I need more, I'll do it. Dice Tower Bryan. Well, that got really introspective, didn't it? And here we are still talking like Ferris Bueller. Mostly because my remote's not syncing up to my camera, and I'm actually going to have to get up and turn it off. And a lot of effort. Some might say it's Men at Work. Man at Books.